Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ti, and today we're going to be planting up our onions. It's kind of a hard decision for me right now because I initially wanted to plant the onions in the space towards the front where we have a lot of like sweet alyssums and just the bed is just not in use. But the issue is because it hasn't been used, I also haven't bought the necessary supplies to prep that bed for another planting. So I am going to have to use one of the beds that are currently in use. So the choice is this okra bed or my potato bed. And I think my potatoes can use a little bit more time. I have been gathering a lot of the okras over the past maybe month or so. And I think I'm kind of good on that end. I would prefer to just stop growing these and put in my onions instead. So I'm just going to do kind of a last harvest of these, and then I don't have any more of the black cow, but I do have the granular chicken manure, so I'm going to top the bed up with that instead and then get the onions planted out. So let me just do my quick little harvest before I do that. I'm gonna be really sad to actually see these go because they've done such a good job producing for me. This is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 okra plants, and they just keep going and going. I didn't realize, like I said last time, that they just keep continuing to produce, but at the top portion of the plant. So last time I grew okras, because of how late I planted them, they only got about this high. So I was very shocked and surprised to see how tall these were actually getting. And now I know, and I will never put them at the front of my beds again. This is where they're getting ready to produce again. So you can see the buds, the flower adjacent to that. Same thing. When you get up here, you get the beautiful okra flower, and the okra is ready to get nice and plump. So they've been a reliable crop for me this summer, but you do have to check on them almost every day, because if you miss the point of picking, because you want to pick them when they're about maybe 2 to 3 inches, after that point it seems like they just get huge. So that's one thing about the okra plants. Here's another one over here. It's fairly easy to harvest as well. So this is a great size. I don't have a pruner that's wide enough to cut it at the root, because these got, holy moly. These got pretty wide. Holy, look at that. Hold on. Look at this. It's like a young tree. Wow. That is amazing. You could probably, I can't lift my legs. Hands are so tight. You could probably create some type of steak with these if you wanted to. Like you know how to do the 3 sisters with the corn, the squash, and the bean? I am almost positive you could do that with okras. It'll be like the 3 Caribbean sisters. We'll do okras. What else will we do as the Caribbean? We'll do okra. We'll do squash because we like our pumpkins. Do we like the beans? Let me know what our vining let me know what our vining crop would be in our 3 Caribbean sisters method. Especially because as these continue to produce, they're just producing at the top. I'm sure they don't need the leaves at the bottom. So if you take off all these leaves, you have this very thick stalk for anything to grow up on. I'm gonna try that next year. Can I reach you? Come on. Okay. Oh. Okay. So, you know how they say you can branch off? You can prune like your peppers and tomatoes in order for them to create 2 liters. It looks like you could also do that with okra. Or I think essentially they may do it on their own. I have to look into that. But look how thick. Look at that. These bad boys. Look how thick the stems are. Compared to when I first planted them in spring. I think I prefer them like this. So the perfect timing seems to be to give them at least a month and a half, and that way they're nice and thick and firm like this. So I'm going to do what I do before, which is just kind of take them out and then line everything up before I go ahead and plant. I want to give them about 3 inches of space in between. We have some plugs here that are double, and I was thinking of separating them, but the root system looks pretty intertwined at this point. They're all coming out really nicely. I don't want to mess with that, so I'm just going to leave them as they are in the plugs. I did just water these yesterday. It looks like some got more water than others. Initially, I was going to leave this yam in here until we get like the last frost, but I think what's going to happen is when I'm trying to like get this out, it's going to interrupt the roots and stuff of the onion. So I think I'm just going to try to get it out now instead of later. It's not a big priority of mine because I do think it needs way more time anyways. So I'm interested to see what it was able to produce in this short span of time. This is the yam that I planted. Okay, I'm happy I pulled that out because nothing really manifested off that. So we have the yellow onions until this row here, and then from this row back I have the ruby red onions. So everything looks good. I did start to kind of run out of space towards the end, so things are a little bit closer, but I think that will be just fine. I do wish that I had decided to water the soil first before planting it. I felt like the overhead watering was like a little bit intense for them, so they're like flopping over a bit and stuff, but I think they will, you know, stand up firm once they start getting some nice sun. This is the mess of okra plants that I'm going to have to get rid of. I'm gonna work on, you know, just cleaning out all my pathways, and at the start of the next season I'm gonna make sure to just mulch down everything first. Let me show you guys my little okra harvest. I'm trying to get out the way so I don't create too much shadow, but here's my little okra harvest. And then remember I told you I got distracted and picked up some serranos. So here are the serranos and my beautiful Scotch bonnet peppers. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, this one has a hole. Well, look at this one. Isn't that beautiful? I'm just gonna cut this little messed up part off. So initially I thought I was going to do a little pepper harvest with you guys, but the sun is coming out. It's like all over the place with the clouds and stuff. So I'm going to save that for my garden tour video, which is happening in, I think, next weekend. So stay tuned for that. But we're going to stop it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm going to change hands again. This camera is pretty heavy. And just leave any questions, comments down below in the comment section. I try to get back to you guys as quick as possible. But I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.